Welcome to Wrestling Brothers Breakdown.
We're brothers who like wrestling.
Oh, yeah. All right, we are back. We are a little behind. So this is the review show for WWE Bad Blood that just happened minutes ago.
And an unshout out, not a diss track, but an unshout out to AT&T for keep screwing up my internet, even though I have Google Fiber. They keep cutting my line. So forget you, AT&T. I am not happy with you. Learn to get some better workers or something. This is like the fourth or fifth time we would have done our preview show yesterday, but no, you had to cut my Google Fiber line. So yeah, unshout out to them.
Unshout out.
Unshout out. Not a diss track, just I don't like you guys, all right? Just like Solo. I don't like you. I don't like you.
Yes. So, we did a preview show for All Out, but due to busy life, we were not able to record a results show. And also during that, we realized that the websites we used to predict the matches, we predicted 9 matches, but apparently the website we used had
7.
wrong matches, or they.
Oh man, we need some better dirt sheets.
Collision matches or rampage matches. But
you got the hookups. Let us know. We need some help.
Yeah, Bleacher Report failed us on that one. I think it was.
Yeah.
They had 7. There was 9 matches, and we predicted 9 matches, but only 7 of them were on the pay-per-view. So somehow we got 2 wrong, and we missed 2.
Unshout out to Bleacher Report. I'm just kidding. I still love them. That's my go-to.
You can unshout out everyone.
I can't unshout out everyone.
So that one though was a tie. We both went 5-2 on that pay-per-view.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's updated. That's better than your last AEW
For
pay-per-view.
me, I don't want to talk about the first one.
So 19-14 on that. But then now, if we add in today, so Brad wins WWE Bad Blood with 4-1.
Oh snap!
And I went 3-2. So let me update these numbers real quick.
And get my belt back. Come back to me. And new. Don't forget the belt.
I know that. Hold on.
Sounds like you got some bad blood there or something. I don't know. I don't understand. Hey-o.
All right, we are back with the numbers have been updated. 22-16 record for me, and 23-15 for Brad. Brad wins the pay-per-view. So I lose my belt.
Come back home where it always belonged.
Hide it for me, and then boom, back for Brad.
Let's go.
Brad is now 2-time WWE pay-per-view picker champion.
Mm-hmm.
They still can't pick AEW worth a spit.
I'm getting better.
So we will have Wrestle Dream coming up next weekend for AEW, so we'll talk about that. But today is to talk about WWE Bad Blood. So I got my notes pulled up.
Looking at mine.
Motorcycle going by. Good grief.
Okay, let's talk about it. The host. Once again, a pay-per-view, a premium live event with no tag team championship matches.
That should be that's not a bold take, but that's like an obvious, hey, it's a sunny day take.
That's Triple H's new thing. It's like, nope, I'll give you a 50 carat. We'll talk about that. New belts for a winner, but tag team matches, but they can be the host.
Yeah. I don't understand the host, because you get 2, maybe 3 spots on a night, and whatever. I guess it's on TV. Maybe they make more money. So if they said I pay you an extra $50,000 to be the host, I'd do it too. But whatever.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, first matchup of the night: Hell in a Cell, Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk. We both picked it wrong. I really thought they'd let Drew get the win because he's been eating a lot of losses lately.
I know.
But I would say easily 5-star match of the night in my opinion. Started off with a banger. CM Punk went a lot harder than I thought he would. It was an awesome match.
Yep, that's my notes. Match of the night, 5 stars. Like, amazing. Gabe asked, he's like, what was the match like? I was like, they beat the crap out of each other. Like, Oh my gosh. Like, I've never seen him be like, okay, we need to actually wipe the blood away from you so you can actually see.
Right. I was surprised they did that. Yeah, I've never seen that before either. Like, wipe the blood off your face. It can be on there for a little bit, but now it's too much for the kids.
It's too much. Like, there's too much. Like, and man, McIntyre's face, like when it really busted open, reminded me of Stone Cold versus Shawn Michaels. Like, where just the blood and the imagery, you're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think that was one that comes to mind. And there was one that Ric Flair did one time where he bladed with too hard and was just covered in blood.
Oh yeah, and you're just like, This is not good. I like the beads. I thought it was thumbtacks. I was like, okay, we're going thumbtacks, but no, it's
Yeah,
beads.
beads was a nice call out. I liked the wrenches and stuff. That was a little different. I liked the
Oh, yeah.
toolbox. CM Punk missed his spot. He dropped the toolbox, but then he went and did it again and got it. The
Yep.
jump from the rope and hit him. And then Drew made his Claymore miss to the stairs look really bad, but I watched on the replay. He actually just hit his butt on it. But
Oh,
it made
okay.
it, it made
Yeah,
it
it
look
looked
like his
bad.
spine hit it.
Oof.
So your butt landed on it. It probably still wouldn't feel great, but
Yeah.
we could probably get away with that easier than landing on it with your back.
Yep.
So
So do
CM
they?
Punk wins that. That ends this feud that's gone on since
I
the
was gonna say,
Rumble.
do they end it or do they? I mean, what?
Well, that was the rubber match. So I mean,
How do you continue it? Like,
yeah, it's just time to move on. So I think that was a good end to it. Usually Hell in Cell is the payoff for a feud that they can't finish.
yep. I like the physicality. I like the all this stuff. I like the chain on the knee for the go to sleep. Is just
Yeah.
it was it was good. It was a good start. It was a good, just good solid match. Loved it.
Yep. Great way to kick off the pay per view. It was awesome. So much blood, so they had to run all kinds of video packages to change out all the ring stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they did. It's like, well, yeah.
Yeah. Having been to when I went to the Rumble in 23, yeah, like that when they run the video packages, that's when the ring crew people are working like crazy. They got like 5 minutes to do all kinds of stuff, and it's impressive to watch them do it.
Probably train and do it like the NASCAR, the pit stop people or Formula One and all that. So it's like
Yeah,
quick and efficient.
those
So
guys are fast too. I was at the NASCAR race last weekend.
well, it was worth missing out on that. It was a good match. I'm like, okay, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Still very entertaining. Great start to the match.
Yep. All right. Next up was
Yawn,
the total opposite, the worst match of the night. Nia
yawn.
Jax versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship.
Can I give it a 0 stars? I think I went to the bathroom and went and did some chores and just like, I don't want to watch this. Ugh.
I watched it, but I was also scrolling on my phone for a while. I ranked it 1 star, which is bad on my rating. But yeah, if it could be 0, if my scale had a 0, I would give it a 0. That was
I'd
just,
give it I give it a 0.5. I do points. I
it
do
was a terrible match, and
decimal points. 0.5. Just,
I don't mean to keep crapping on Nia every time we get on a podcast, but she's just not good. She's I'd almost argue worse than Jade. I mean,
maybe those two should fight. They can be Botchmania. Be like, oh,
the real name of a
I'm going
Botchmania.
to gently set you down on the stairs, Bailey. Just gently.
I could give it like, okay, Nia's not my favorite, and I can try to put that aside and watch the match for entertaining. But then she was just slow
Not
and
entertaining.
awkward, and some of her her moves didn't go well. And then I wrote down 3 of them to you, and then there was 2 others I didn't write down. There was let me see, what did I write down? Oh, because it was just ridiculous. Oh, so she tried to do a Hurricane Rana, or like Bailey was going to power bomb her, and it ended up being like a half power bomb fall to the floor. And then after Nia fell on the floor, then Bailey like did a flip, like she got Hurricane Rana'd, and it looked like a video game lag move. And it was just like, and then the commentators tried to cover for it,
I'm
like,
gonna have to go back and watch that and be like,
and I was just like, oh, that looked bad. And then there was one where Nia got thrown into the steps, but she just like jogged and like, boom, and it was just so
no.
slow. And I was just like, that looked bad and slow. Like that did not hurt.
and then the ref not getting out of the way, like, oh, I'm still hurt because Naya's got to fall on me now. Like,
Yeah, that
oh,
was a little
no.
too obvious. There was one in the ring I didn't write down where it was just like,
Come on.
come to me and move your arm this way so I can do the move. And it was just like, could we telegraph this anymore? Like any third grader could have blocked that or dodged that. But the worst one was when she tried to power bomb Bailey on the steps outside, and she got her up and then like walked her over, then like set her down on the stairs, and like power bomb. And I was like, no, that was like setting her down
It's on
on
that.
her back. I was like, oh man, this is terrible. And then she
Yeah.
went for like a pop-up Samoan drop, and Bailey didn't get Bailey up high enough, so Bailey kind of landed on her side of her shoulder. And so it was not smooth. There was some awkwardness. I don't know if they needed to choreograph or practice better, or just, I mean, at least she didn't seem like she was hurting her, like she's been accused of in the past, but it just seemed like even Botchamania should be a little better than this if you're going to mess up. Like some of those are just freak things that happen, but
Yeah.
She just did not look good, and then the ending was.
and then Tiff came in and almost, yeah,
I was like,
you text
please
me
end,
that,
please
like
end the
maybe
Money in the
that'll,
Bank and let's be done with it. But they seem to want to drag it out a little longer.
you know. So now she will
It's like,
possibly have a feud with her, or
it's
where
like,
does Nia,
please cash
Nia,
in and just
Nia?
send Nia home for a while.
I don't
But
know.
no, we get to suffer Nia a little
She'll
longer.
probably be in Saudi Arabia fighting Liv.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, anyways, I'm not impressed. Not a fan. I feel sorry for Bailey, but she's doing a good job with what they give her. So Bailey
Yeah,
wasn't terrible, but
yeah,
I,
it's Bailey.
if you give her a good writing, Bailey can do really well. If you don't give her good writing, then she doesn't look good.
Yeah. So that was match number 2. What was 3? That was Damian and
Damian Priest
Finn.
versus Finn Balor. This is what won you. This is the only match we differed on our picks,
Let's go.
and I was just really hoping that they would not keep continuing to job Finn out forever. And I was just kind of burnt out on Damian. I'm just kind of
I'm
over
not
it.
sure about Finn's, what is little F on his eye now, or cheek, or whatever. Like
This
his
is
new
the initials,
look.
F for Finn.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just like F for failure because he's not winning much anymore.
Right. Well, I guess they let him have the tag belts, but obviously we know that the tag belts might as well be that's barely above the 24/7 belt.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Bring back the hardcore championship belt.
right.
Yeah, beat the snot out
I
of each
mean,
other.
you
More
can
than that.
tell how much they don't care about tag belts, men or women, hardly at all.
Yeah. Why
If
weren't
they,
why weren't they the host? Or, whatever.
so I guess that's his penance is, hey, you can have the tag champ. But yeah, I was hoping they'd let Finn win. For
I
a
thought it was
small
a good
guy, he
match.
does a good job.
I thought it was a good match. I give him probably a 4 out of 5. Yeah, it was a good solid match. Like I was entertained. I think Finn's gotten better. Or not Finn. Sorry, wrong guy. Damien's gotten better. I'm getting all my Judgment Day. They keep switching everybody, so I'm all
Yeah.
confuzzled.
I give it 3
Damien's
stars.
gotten better.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. It was good.
It was okay. It was decent. I gave it 3 stars just because it didn't go the way I wanted, and I'm over Damien. I think his push has been big enough and long enough, and he was a mediocre champion. I feel like him and Gunther have nothing to stand up against Seth Rollins being way better workhorse champion.
Yeah.
We'll get to Gunther again later.
But then that was next after that before the Liv match, right?
Did
Yeah.
somebody come out to interfere in their match? Yeah,
Yeah,
the
the other
Judgment Day goons came out, but
Carlito, I spit on the food, the Apple guy.
Damien still overcame and won.
Yeah,
And he did what
it's
you
like-
like you said, the big guy. I'm gonna take off my sleeves.
That's when
That
you
means
know it's
time
getting
for
real.
it means business, or I'm not tired. I'm done.
That's not really a bold take either, because I'm like, it happens all the time.
Yeah,
So
they
I
came
was
out
thinking
in
maybe their big announcement was like John Cena. I'm like, when is he starting his retirement tour? Like,
I think
come
it's
on, we'll do, like,
January when he's starting.
top 10. Maybe at the Rumble. We should go to that. Was that Indianapolis?
Indianapolis. That is my tentative plan, is to make us go to that.
Make us go. I like that.
Yes.
Totally. We got to go. It's for business,
For business. What shouldn't be terribly expensive, and we got enough time to plan and save for it.
No, really not. Looking up hotels. I'm like, dude,
I've been looking at Maine. I almost put a hotel on reservation that I could get a full refund on for Vegas for WrestleMania
Vegas. Oh man.
a couple weeks ago, and I should have done it because wasn't terribly expensive, but even nosebleeds are going to be $300-$500 for WrestleMania per night.
That's
and I was
crazy.
like, I just don't know if I could do it, or maybe if I practice blackjack all the way till April, and then we'll take $100 and see if we can turn it into like 10,000 and make it a
Pay
plus
for it.
weekend. Like, is that a good plan?
Oh yeah, sure. Like front row seats. Let's go.
Yeah.
So the next before the revenge match or Liv and Rhea was that was Triple H's
Big announcement.
big announcement. 50 karat gold.
I love
diamond.
Triple H's theme song still. It's still a good pop for me, just growing up Attitude Era. And then I see him walking out and like, oh, there's a belt covered up. I'm like, another belt. That was I texted you that. I was like, another belt. Sheesh. I really
Like
thought it was
women's
going to be
mid-card, like
I thought it was gonna be women's
international,
mid-card,
women's, USA championship,
U.S.
women's
title
best.
or women's intercontinental, but nope. It was a tournament championship trophy
Bragging
belt.
rights.
Looked nice and big, very shiny.
Yeah, 50 carats.
I think it'll be just bragging rights. They'll either to talk it up for months of this champion beat that champion. They kind of did that before at Survivor Series too. They used to do that.
Because then once you lose your belt, like your championship belt, Cody loses or Gunter or whoever, it's like, well, did they lose the
It's
other
basically
belt?
just going to be a bragging trophy.
Go away.
Raw is better than SmackDown, or SmackDown is better than Raw. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting. I mean, it gives them
It's
Didn't
trying to
Winger
add some
do that
prestige and
50
something.
or 40 man Royal Rumble?
Yeah, it was 50 the one time.
Oh yeah, and
The
then
greatest Royal
that's
Rumble.
where
The one where the guy fell
Titus
onto the
or
ring.
Apollo Crews and almost killed. Yeah.
That's the funniest botch ever, where he falls onto the ring.
Ooh. But yeah, it was. I mean, that's a pretty good announcement. So that's what 4 weeks from now. That's their next pay-per-view or PLE.
Yeah, Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. So they do two of those a year, two shows a year
And
over there.
then Gunter came out and is like,
Oh
"I'm
yeah,
gonna
Gunther had to
kick
come
Sami
talk, run
Zayn's
his mouth.
butt." And then I think we both wanted Goldberg to hit him with a spear and a jackhammer.
That would have been so great. I thought either they're gonna let Goldberg smash him, or either Gage's son will jump out and smash him, and he'll find his way into NXT or something.
Yeah,
But
but
they were
nope,
just there
Sami.
to kind of hype it up and be part of the crowd, and to further along the Sami Zayn Gunther story. That's gonna be a Monday night match. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Sammy would be a good champion either. I mean,
Yeah,
he's doing a good job feuding for it, but
yeah,
you got to have better character stories for your belts to mean stuff.
yeah. And then it was the Liv Morgan championship match versus Rhea Ripley. Now, I'll say this. Rhea Ripley gives me the Lita vibes from like late 90s, early 2000s. Just her attitude
Yeah.
and the way she carries herself. So it's just like, this reminds me so much of Lita when she was, just running around and kicking a lot of butt and just doing stuff like that. Like, I just got those vibes, that memory of like her from way back when. I was like, it's just like her from back in the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
So,
I wrote down, this is what a women's match should look like. It was very aggressive. The moves, it flowed. It was smooth. They both beat the crap out of each other. It had good story. It had good emotion. It had good tie-ins. The silliness with Dom and the shark cage with the terrible door-looking lock. I was like, don't even put a chain around it, or like I was just waiting for him to pull out like a prison key or something, and be like reach around and unlock it. They didn't show it, but somehow the door opens magically.
Corey Graves like, man, he spent more time in prison than he did in this.
I like Corey Graves
so funny.
a lot. He's a good commentator.
So funny. Yeah, it was a great match. I'd give it another good solid 4 out of 5. Like,
gave
I
this
love
one a
when she
4
told the ref,
stars as
like,
well.
I'm gonna be back in a minute. He's like, go take care of business.
Yeah.
Like,
I
go
thought
beat the
that was
crap
a good
out of him.
payoff, and then she just went over there and just beat the crap out of him with the kendo stick. I was like, that made me laugh out loud. I was like, yes, that was good payoff for the last few months since SummerSlam.
And what was it? Rochelle Rodriguez return? I forgot
I don't know
about
who
her.
she is.
Like,
Yeah,
she had been there before, and she was built kind of like not as big and powerful as Jade Cargill, but like, a big, strong woman who can just, beat the crap out of a lot of people.
yeah.
And she was good. I thought, like, above average, not like, Botchmania, but I forgot if she got injured or something. But
Oh, probably. I
now
haven't
she's
watched enough of the weekly stuff, so I don't remember her. But yeah, so it ended in DQ, and we both picked Liv to retain, so we got that one right.
Yep.
Even though it was a DQ finish, and the Liv
was
and
good.
Rhea story will potentially live to fight another day.
I was gonna say, where did they go from that? Like,
But it's working for them. I mean, or Rhea will go after something else, or I don't know.
or you can get Damian Priest you don't like in a mixed tag match. I'm sure they've done that with
They already did
her
that
and
like a
Rhea
month
versus
ago.
Dirty Dom will run it back for Crown Jewel.
Yeah,
Oh wait, no, they can't because
so I think they have to make good matches for Crown Jewel just because they make more money in Saudi Arabia than they do at WrestleMania.
but then you have your
But
champion
also
versus
it's
champion.
it's
match,
also
so-
filler crap that doesn't really line up
Uh-uh.
with the year-long storyline, and it's always at like 10 a.m. or something stupid, so nobody watches it. Over here in the States, we have to like watch it on replay later,
yeah.
or 3 a.m. or something weird, the time zones. But see,
Maybe
usually it's a
those.
bunch of, okay, that might be a nice wannabe match, but it doesn't really affect a lot of the storylines long term.
It'll be interesting to see if they switch either. I can maybe see Nia, whatever, Jax losing hers before Crown Jewel, but Liv no, Cody no, and Gunter. I don't see that either. So
I think a maybe on the Gunther. They might give it to Sammy, maybe, but I still don't see it mattering much before SummerSlam. Either way,
yeah,
not
I don't know.
SummerSlam. Survivor Series,
War Games, yeah.
which that'll be
So-
a good match, hopefully.
Yep.
All right, and that brings
Main
us
event.
to
Main
the
event.
main event. Oh, what did you think of Dom's lowrider car? And then you can buy the car.
That was great. Like Eddie Guerrero coming out, man.
Yeah,
Flashbacks to that. I loved it. And then Ray on there, she's like, oh, just it's like, oh man. It was just I love the some of the nostalgia throwbacks. You're just like, oh man, like yeah,
there are some
that was
good
me 20
payoffs for
years
the
ago.
long-term watchers.
Yeah. It's like I love that. Just the small little
I
things.
did see online that CM Punk's trunks had a heart that matched Shawn Michaels' gear he wore in the first Hell in a Cell match,
Oh
which
wow.
was like 30 something years to the day.
That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even wow.
Which I wouldn't have caught that one, but
No, not that one. Would
all
have
right.
been
Yeah.
elementary age. Probably not allowed to watch wrestling at that time. Shout out to Dad. Whoops.
On
Love
to
you.
the main event. New Bloodline versus Cody and Roman. And this was the
All right.
most easy, obvious pick of the night.
Well, yeah. Let's
That
talk about their entrances. All
Yes,
right.
let's talk
Cody
about
Rhodes was Arkansas Pine Bluff. Um, I think yeah, because they did it at like a football game and went viral. So he like tweeted them or X'd them, whatever they call it now, and had him come do it for his entrance. I had read something
Oh, I didn't know that.
about that. So I thought it was pretty cool. But then when his like it messed up on his music, like it started, then they had to restart it or something. It sounded like, or maybe my TV was just going bad
I didn't
and
notice that.
crapping out. And then like they're playing his music, and then they were still playing, and it kind of sounded a little,
I think
just
they were probably supplementing it a little bit, playing along with it,
yeah,
because then they started with like, and then somehow, so Cody's entrance was cool. I liked that. It took me a minute to figure out which song they were playing. I'm like, okay, no, that's
yeah,
Nightmare or whatever. Not
is yeah,
Nightmare.
whatever's yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street, whatever. Yeah, I
And
liked his
then,
mask too.
yeah, he's done that one before.
Yeah,
It looks a little silly in my opinion, but it's not the worst thing.
yeah, and then
It's
Roman's
not the shocker mask from.
yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah, the shocker mask.
When the guy falls through the
Yeah.
and it falls off and he puts it back on into the bedazzled stormtrooper helmet.
And then I texted you. I was like, Roman had more pyro on his entrance, not at first, but towards the end.
Yeah, I thought
So
it was
it's
cool.
like,
They somehow switched out the marching band with like an orchestra, unless it was the same people, and they just took off all their gold and had on black
I
underneath.
don't think so because it looked like a lot of different people.
But it's not, and then so they started, and then his music kicked on, and then they played with the music, and it actually mixed really well. And
I
they got a
liked it.
ton of extra pyro.
I like his new theme. Remember his old, like when they're super pushing him when he was, everybody didn't like him, late 2010s. Like his theme then is just like, now it's like,
It's
oh,
decent now. It's
can I
sometimes a little
acknowledge?
slow, but it's fine.
I like
it was
it.
a good entrance. So this match
And then,
was like 25, 30 minutes, and it was a little slow.
yeah,
Like I said, it's gonna be a slow one for start off.
give it a 3.75.
I gave it. What did I say? I gave it 3 because it was just so predictable. I was like,
Yeah.
you got to do really well, and we knew there'd probably be somebody return and somebody, even if they didn't win, that the Bloodline were still gonna probably beat somebody up afterwards. Like to make
Jacob
them look strong.
Fatto, what, not Fatto, Fatty, Jacob Fatu, whatever they call him. See the new Goldberg, like you hit him and he's just like, nope, doesn't affect me at all.
Just gonna
Like
no sell.
your moves have no power on
Yeah.
me. It's like, um, okay, but
He is quite athletic, and he can do
oh
some
yeah,
nice moonsaults or whatever.
yeah, because that one where he hops up and hops on the rope and does a moonsault and then like solos on the ropes, like,
He almost fell off the ropes right after.
yeah. But I will say I don't like Solo, but he is. I mean, 2 or 3 pay-per-views ago, it's like you're not even punching him, dude. Like I
I
think he
did not
had
notice
something
anything
better.
major like that looked as bad as a couple pay-per-views
Yeah,
ago.
so he's getting there. He just needed
Slowly
more
getting better.
time,
The
and
crowd's
yeah,
still
so
chanting "Solo sucks" or "F you Solo," which always cracks me up.
and he's just like, well, I'm just gonna get whatever. I'm gonna take it. Oh, hey, we got to go back. Your dashing take. You got it. You got it.
Oh yeah,
Dom
my dashing
escaped.
take
Dirty
was
Dom,
Dirty Dom would escape the shark cage. And
and he
I'm glad I
did.
didn't say and interfere to make Liv win. I just said escape the shark cage, which seemed kind of obvious, so maybe not super dashing, but he did escape the cage, but not very effectively. So
Yeah, that was funny though.
yeah.
But yeah, I thought the match. I thought it was good. Like I liked it. I enjoyed it. You know, Roman's looking jacked. What did they say? Samantha said he was like 275 or
He did look a little
265 or
bigger and a
something.
little
Like,
leaner, so he's had some months
dude.
off to rest and recuperate. So that gives you time to eat healthy and lift some weights to trend
Yeah,
hard. I mean, train hard. You know.
I liked it. And then so
Did you?
a
What
couple
do you
things.
think of Cody's splash from the ring post to the table?
Oh
He doesn't
man,
do
that
that
was
kind of stuff
good.
very
It's like
often.
salute and then
And
I'm
just
like,
yeah,
okay,
it looked
yeah.
like he landed on his wrist. I was like, that's got to hurt.
So at first I went back to when Cody Rhodes teamed up with Brock Lesnar and got turned on. I was like, maybe that's going to happen like right at the beginning. Like that was my first thought. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Roman's going to spear him and then walk out or something. You know, Superman punch. And then I thought I didn't see that Jacob had grabbed his legs and moved when Cody went for the tag, and I thought Roman jumped off the
Yeah,
ledge.
I thought that at
I
first
was like,
too.
he's turning on him, like, but that was maybe to be expected. So, but yeah, it was good. I mean, Roman's just
And
yeah,
then what did you think? So Jimmy Uso returns and helps them win. So that was kind of cool. I guess I'm not a huge Jimmy
yeah.
Uso fan, but
Been out since he's no Yeet. I'm team Yeet all the way. Yeet,
yeah.
Yeet, Yeet.
And then they're walking off, and then Bloodline comes out and beats up Cody.
And
And
he's
so
like,
he's
"You
like,
gave me your
"You
word."
gave
It's
me your
like,
word." And I was just waiting
one more
for
time, one
Roman to be
time.
like, "That was for the match. The match is over. I'm done," and just walk out. That would have been hilarious to me if he was just like, "Nope, I'm done."
Yep.
But they talked him into going back and fighting him off, so that's cool. And then Brad's bold take
Yes. I
comes
was like,
through.
no. I was like, I
Your
missed out
bold take, I'm
again.
going to say probably from the dirt sheets, is that, oh, look, the final boss is going to show up, and that's going to slowly kick off the next 6 months of, because we know it's going to be Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania. That's the only story they have for that. That's worth
Yeah.
building to.
And speaking of the story, the little intro thing with that rapper dude and Triple H talking to Cody Rhodes, he's like, not everything is about finishing a story. And I was like,
Yeah, he's like, sometimes your assignment is just lesser.
yeah, that was good. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I thought
Because
that was
let's
good.
be honest, like Cody is the champ, man. I love him. I love his story, getting to finish the story. But it's like, now what? It's like all bloodline stuff, which some of it is good, but like,
Yeah, I'd
I'm
rather.
thinking, I'm hoping they finally do what they never did with John Cena, and I want a Cody heel turn. I don't know when.
I think
I
they're going to
think,
have to, because otherwise, just this once a month beaten bad guy person of the month pay per view, like that's so obvious, and like,
yeah,
or have him lose it at the Rumble or something, or make him be like Seth, where he defended it every week, on TV.
something.
That's more interesting. Like you're gonna have to, they're gonna write him into a corner. Like, okay, just who's up next to lose? Like Finn.
Or let's fight another member of the bloodline, and then there's
No,
interference.
like you said, you got to get him out of the bloodline stories, and I
No,
think this is hopefully The Rock showing up is the way to start that,
maybe
and then get him off of that so they can start building that towards the Rumble and WrestleMania season.
But I think moving forward, they got it for Survivor Games. I think it's going to be Bloodline, like two Bloodline versus original Bloodline versus Bloodline 2.0, like because they have a month and a half to build that up.
Yeah, or it'll go to the old Raw versus SmackDown, but I don't know. They haven't done that for a year or two.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't know what else to do for
Did we?
for Survivor War Games or whatever.
Yeah, but they got a month to build that, and you can build stuff in a week if you have to. It's not always
Yeah.
the best, but so I gave that one 3 stars. I think you said 4.
3.75 or something
So,
like that. Yeah,
but
3.75.
always good when the Rock's music goes off. Probably the biggest pop ever.
And then he just raised the eyebrow and
Yep.
then like counted down and then
One,
play
two,
my
three,
music.
cut it, and I was just like, so
Yeah.
good call on that. You hit your bold take. Oh, I need to update the dashing and bold takes. That's what I'll update.
Hey, I'm still in the negative.
You'll
But
go to 2 and 3, and I'll go to 3 and 1.
that's why they're bold, because they don't always happen.
Yep. So how will we rank the pay per view overall?
I thought it was good, solid, like not quite 4 stars, but I'd say like 3.5, 3.75. Like it was a good solid. I saw some on X, like people are like, where's Triple H pay-per-view?
They always say that.
I'm like, blah, blah, blah. So
That, or they'll be
liked
like
it.
the in love with WWE, and they're just like, it's the best thing ever. I'm like, no.
These, what is 3.5, 3?
So
Like
if I had halves, I would give it 3.5, almost to a 4 because of the Hell in a Cell match. But I would give it 3 stars and call it was an okay pay per view.
3.5 hours? Or
It was 3.5 hours, a little long for only 5 matches, but
yeah, lots of commercials and lots of whatever video packages. So, but yeah, it was good overall. I liked it. Like, I was entertained. I'm glad we got to be able to do this finally.
And I did put the pics out on our X account. I took a screenshot of our text messages beforehand, just so if anyone wants to say, you guys just making up stuff. No, it's out there public before the show went on. And
we both don't.
Sorry
like
we
it.
didn't make a preview show, or we missed the last pay-per-view on the other
Thanks
one.
AT&T for my preview show.
We do our best. So as soon as you start paying us enough to replace our day jobs, we'll be more diligent to get these on. It'll be a daily talk show about wrestling.
Oh yes, once we make the big bucks.
But that's all we got today for WWE Bad Blood. We'll talk Wrestle Dream next week. Hopefully we'll get a preview show up for that, and then a review show afterwards. So I think
I don't even know what next week's going on. I've got to look at my calendar.
I think my wife's out of town, so you can come over to my house. We can watch it
day to day. I think I have a trip to Wichita. That'll be fun.
Yeah, it should be a Saturday show, I think. So
I have a Saturday game. Yep.
Would you just stop being a coach?
I can try. I mean, the season's almost over. So
all right, we'll figure it out. We'll watch it or whatever.
Yep.
So that's all we got for today. Thanks everybody for watching. Check the socials.
Give us a shout out
at Wrestling Brothers Breakdown on YouTube, at WB Breakdown Show on X and Instagram. Check out the show wherever you listen to your podcasts, on Apple, Spotify, Pocket Casts, and Amazon.
And acknowledge me as your new original Tribal Chief Championship WWE belt. Whatever. I'll come up with a clever name, but I'm the original belt holder for WWE.
You have not held both belts, though. You've never been dual belt.
Blah, blah,
I have held both belts, and I am the current one own time only AEW champion.
Whatever. I will get that eventually when I'll shout out your Wrestle Dreams or whatever. It's Bad Blood. Whatever. I'll just work into every pay-per-view name into it if I can.
All right. That is all
we should have Bad Bunny come. Like Bad Blood, Bad Bunny. Come on. It's like.
Yeah. All right. That's all for today, guys. Later.
See ya.